So February just passed, which is Black History Month, so I'm pretty sure all of you guys have had some type of history about it throughout this. You learned a little bit. Throughout February, whether it was on Twitter, like somebody posted something like, on this date, something happened, or whatever. I'm specifically going to talk about African American influence in American culture today. I'm going to start with a quote by Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, he said, I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history. He said this in an interview like 8 to 10 years ago. It was talking about when they were trying to bring back Black History Month and make it like a big deal during February. He said that he felt that it was wrong to just celebrate Black history in 1 month because it's American history. We need to celebrate it all year and appreciate Black history and what it has to bring to us. We're considered the melting pot, so we should, in fact, include all our histories, everyone from any culture. You can go to the next slide. A little bit about me. I'm Jalen. I'm from Oakland, California. My grandma is the main reason that I know so much about Black history. She was at the March on Washington back in the 60s. She did a lot of sit-ins because she grew up in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which, if anyone's been in that area, it is, how would I put it? There's a lot of racist people down in that area, and they were very prejudiced during that period. So she had to deal with a lot of that. So she made, when she moved out to California and taught me and my brother and sister, she made sure she made Black history a big deal in our understanding while growing up. Taught us where we came from, what everything meant. Like anytime something came on the TV, she'd say a Black person did that first. Every time we went to like KFC, she said that was actually a slave's chicken that the Colonel stole. The Colonel stole. Or Elvis Presley hated him because he stole a lot of music from African Americans. I took that and realized that, yeah, that kind of is messed up that we stole, like a lot of American culture was stolen from slavery or stolen from Black culture, but really that just embraces Black culture in itself throughout all this. You can go to the next slide. So our first thing that we're going to talk about is food and how that has found its way into American culture. For me, as you can see up here, there's soul food, which is purely based off during slavery, when the master would give the slaves a lot of their leftover food, like the liver, the gizzards, all that bad stuff that they wouldn't want to eat. They give that to the slaves, and they have to figure out how to make it work, how to make it taste good for everyone in the slaves, like all the slaves make it taste good. Also, watermelon came from West Africa. It was a smaller melon at the time, and they brought their seeds over when they brought the slaves over, and that was a fruit that was specifically ate by African slaves. We always hear the stereotype that Black people love watermelon, but it was actually part of our culture prior to coming to America to begin with. It is now the 6th largest selling fruit in America, so it just shows just how much Black culture is influenced into American culture today. You can go to the next slide. Next slide is fashion and clothing. Right here is my friend Preston Smith. He plays outside linebacker for the Washington Redskins. He shows a lot of the fashion that we see today that is through Black culture. He's wearing a chain, which is very popular. Like, you see a lot of wealthy Black Americans, they immediately buy a chain, and that's something that was influenced, I believe, in the early 80s with rappers. That was a big fashion symbol. He also, his daughters has a lot of braids, as you can see, and that is also something that we see today. Lots of people have braids, like all different cultures. That was originally from Africa, like it's from African descent and also Jamaican descent, to braid your hair in specific ways. You also see these companies, Jordan and Yeezys. Kanye made Yeezys, of course, a lot of people know that. It's not just a shoe company, there's also clothing that today lots of people have tried copying the style of like having holes in your shirt, jeans, all that type of stuff. And also the Boost technology that is in Adidas. A lot of Adidas shoes today came from Kanye's idea of making the most comfortable shoe possible. Jordan, a lot of you guys know Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He decided he was sponsored by Nike and started his own shoe brand of Jordans. It's now the 3rd largest shoe company, including, this is in the US, that includes Nike and Adidas. So the fact that one man, his shoe company is literally this, like bigger than Puma, all those combined, is incredible to understand, and to see that everyone wears Jordans. It's not just a Black thing, it's a cultural thing in America nowadays. You can go to the last slide. The last slide is music. Rap got popular in the 80s and 90s in New York, but it originally came from Jamaican culture of the idea of called toasting. Toasting was a form of roasting in Jamaica that you guys probably all heard of, where they would go at each other one-on-one and just kind of make fun of each other. That got brought to Harlem, New York, where these guys would start doing the same sort of roasting idea, and then eventually DJ Kool something like that, he decided to start going to parties and do rap instead of making it about roasting, just made the same cadence and stuff as like a flow for people to get into and dance to and enjoy. It is now one of the largest music genres in America, as you guys all know. Everyone loves rap, it seems like. They're some of the biggest artists today, Lil Uzi, all of them are all considered rap. R&B is also one of the biggest genres in today. Like Beyonce, if you count her, Ariana Grande is technically R&B or pop, depending on what you decide, which shows that it's not just a black type of thing where only black people sing R&B, but it's also very diverse. It originally was considered called race music because a lot of people at the time, when it first came out, was only sung by black people, made for black people. And the last two, blues and country, even though they're not necessarily sang mostly by black people today, it has a lot of strong black influences from slave, from all the way back to like the 60s, 50s, 40s that have influenced the music today. And go to the last slide. Overview, as I've showed, there's multiple ways that black culture has influenced American culture. And I want you all to look at your own cultures and realize what you guys have brought to American culture in itself. And that we're all just a big melting pot. It's not just black culture, white culture, but it's American culture that we need to embrace and love and embrace as everyone individual. Thank you.